Good afternoon. Hey. Pay attention. Take notes this time. Man, your eyes change colors. Good afternoon. Please keep watching my show. Even if you don't like it, put comments, okay? Even if you fucking hate it, put comments, okay? Today, a hat that was in my mom's closet, Blanca's glasses, and a coat I bought a long time ago for a party where I dressed up as Colonel Sanders. Yeah. Well, if you want Kentucky Fried Chicken, you have to come to me. And I don't have 11 herbs and spices, I only have 6. Hey, what I wanted to do is talk a little more about concerts. I forgot a few things. And before we get started, I left one thing out. Remember a few episodes back? By the way, this is episode 8, part 1. I showed the monkey wards thing. Small world syndrome, you know, you're all related 4 degrees out, you're related to somebody. Butterfly effect, all that, rule of large numbers. Monkey wards opens. Years later, I meet my wife, and my father-in-law, Arthur Narayan, his youngest brother, works for Monkey Wards and is in charge of new stores, and he opened that store at the Sunnyvale Town Center. So what that means, because I was at the grand opening, that means he was at the grand opening, and then I asked my sister-in-law, and my father-in-law was at the grand opening too. Now that doesn't really mean anything, except that small world syndrome, huh? And who the hell shops at Monkey Wards? You know, a lot of people think that Sears started the mail order catalog business. It was actually started by Monkey Wards. Montgomery Ward, whatever the hell his name was. Out of Chicago, just like Sears. But Sears, Monkey Wards apparently only sold things they had, and Sears would sell anything you wanted. You wrote to Sears Roebuck, and you said, if it wasn't in the catalog, you said what you wanted, and they'd find it. And it became popular enough, then they branded it with their Kenmore brand. Hey, we were so middle class in this house, everything was Kenmore. Including my brother. Okay, concerts. I found this one in the box. Forgot about this one. This is Boston at the Oakland Coliseum. This was the first concert I ever went to. First concert I ever went to. Big rock concert. I've been to shows before, of course. You know, kind of guy I am. I like shows. Like Broadway tunes. I know I'm not gay, but I know gay guys like Broadway tunes. So me, because my dad's all nervous about me going to a concert, Mike Sellers next door, Stacy's brother, the big dude himself, Michael J. Sellers, police chief of the city of Santa Clara, Officer Inchdick himself. And he became Chief Little Balls, but he started out as Officer Inchdick. Him and I went in the 6-cylinder Camaro with the wolf whistle. First concert we ever went to, Oakland Coliseum. It was pretty damn good. It was real good. And then at Day on the Green, a couple years later, it couldn't have, maybe 1 year later, John Coogan, his favorite band in the world was Boston. But let's face it, folks, they were kind of lame in that they had one album. And it took them an entire year to come out with the second album. And on that second album, they had like 2 good songs. And then that was it. They dried up, folded away into top 40 history. Day on the Green, Boston is headlining. John wants to go so bad. He doesn't have a ticket, though. He didn't think he could go at the last minute. He got the day off, and he's going to go with us, but it's sold out, so he has to scalp a ticket. And he ends up paying some ridiculous amount of money for the ticket. I don't know how much it was, but it was quite a bit. So on these Day on the Greens, for those of you who don't know about it, the frontage road that borders Highway 880, then the frontage road, then the Coliseum, and the the Warrior Stadium. I guess they're both called the Coliseum, right? Anyhow, people would get there early. You get there like 3 in the morning, and you'd line up on the sidewalk. And I'm talking thousands of people. Lined up, blankets, everything, lined up on the sidewalk. Back and forth, back and forth. And you'd bring some stuff with you, and it was actually a pretty good time. Keep having my nose reflecting the sun there, and it looks like the lighthouse at Alexandria. Well, we did that a few times, and you can ask any of the guys, everybody remembers those days. Well, we found ourselves in possession of 3 cases of BEER. Yeah, I know, that was 3 E's. And we suddenly became so popular, people were coming by and trading us things. Oh man, and even Steve's sister got a little loopy. Oh man, did he throw a fit. And this really happened. So next to, between the freeway and the frontage drive, there is a drainage ditch, like a cement canal, in the bottom's mud. Well, there are no porta potties, there's no restrooms. So of course the guys, the world is my restroom, they all go pee in the bushes or off the side of the road. It's a little bit harder for the girls, right? So these group of girls go down to the drainage ditch, and the one girl's really shy, and she tries to go out further, and she goes out a little bit, and she steps in the mud, the bottom of the drainage ditch, and she immediately, boom, sinks down to above her kneecaps. Well, this is thick, like bay mud. If you ever tried to pull yourself out of mud, you can't do it if it's real thick. Well, she's stuck there, and she's slowly going down like quicksand. Quicksand! And she starts to panic. And her friends are trying to get her, and she's really starting to wig out. And they can't pull her out. So, me and the guys, we form a human chain with, I think Louis was the main guy. Louis was the Puerto Rican chicken farmer bodybuilder. He somehow grabbed her, and we formed a human chain with belts and holding on to each other, and we were able to drag that girl out of the mud. But when I say drag her out of the mud, we were using her butt and female body parts as a plow through the mud to get her out of there. And she was covered with this bay, stinky sludge, shit, everything. Hey, we saved her life that day. But things went on at the Coliseum. Day on the Green, you sit there, you listen to the bands, and it goes on all day long. And, originally you want to get yourself a spot on the green, a good one. That's why you got there so early. I think we went to like 4 of them. Yeah, should have been 5. The one Van Halen was playing. I should have gone. I already had my ticket. But a week before, some genius took his red Chevrolet pickup truck, which was a damn nice pickup truck. You guys remember that truck? Goes down to the church parking lot down the street to pick up some girls for the birthday party that's over here at the seller's house, and decides he's going to spin the truck in a circle, and spins it one spin too much, and bang, nails a volleyball pole cracks it straight over and cracks the rim, the mag rim, and the air goes out of the tire. Yeah, that asshole was somebody else. I don't know who it was. Wasn't me. Yeah, it was me. Remember that, Stacy? Yeah, back to the Coliseum. Well, before I forget, John Coogan's so excited to see this band. Well, he ends up falling asleep, passing out, whatever you want to call it, and we got a spot on the green this one. And it's real crowded, so Coogan's sitting there laying, sleeping, and we just started throwing garbage on him, you know, whenever we eat something. And then the people around us started throwing garbage on him. And then the people around us started throwing garbage on him. So, as Boston is strumming the last note of their second encore, Coogan wakes up, and you can see like the hands of the mummy coming out of the ground. He's digging himself out of this garbage pile, and he gets up, and there's like, you know, ice cream on his face and stuff here. And did I miss the show? That was pretty good. Okay. Thinking back on it, listen to this. See, tell me if you agree with me. We lived in kind of a magical time. And why? We lived when AM radio, as I said before, gave way to FM radio. Now in the Bay Area, there was KLIV, KLOK, KFRC KYE, and there's one more. What was it, guys? Those were the top 40 stations that we all listened to. And it was AM music, bubblegum pop. And there was this magical time period of music where you had the Beatles, and you had Creedence, and you had Jimi Hendrix, and you had Melanie, you know, I got a brand new pair of roller skates, you got a brand new key, stuff like that. And you also had Frank Sinatra, Ray Charles. They could be in the top 42. And Lawrence Welk. How's that possible? The top 40 music spanned all those different genres. And then a country music would slip in, and a soul tune would slip in, and a jazz tune would slip in. It was really a magical time. We heard everything. It was really good. And AM radio was really neat. And then FM came along, and it became the highbrow of the this is the London Philharmonic Orchestra playing Beethoven Sonata in D minor, blah, blah, blah. And then it catered to the underground rock, like that great Foothill station, and I still love that station to this day. The Foothill student station with the pirate show and the surf music show, and so underground kind of music. And then it gave way, like I said, to KOME and KSJO. And of course Sacramento had their version, and other places too. And AM went off and did the talk thing. And FM was superior at playing music and transmitting music, so that's the way it went. In those crazy DJs we had. And you know, of course the Wolfman Jack is a little bit older than me, but we had some kind of crazy DJs too. And it was always some crazy giveaway, right? Some prize thing. And the music was good. Listen to the period of that, music of that period. I go all the way back to like early 60s, all the way through the 80s, but it really, okay, I'll give you a death date. When disco reared its ugly spandex head, that was the death date. Yeah, and there were some good songs, I know. Casey and the Sunshine Band, and We Are Family, so let's dance the last dance tonight. But prior to that, we had the Isley Brothers, the Spinners, the Four Tops, the Temptations, the Jackson 5, not just Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5. And then you had like Donny Osmond. Go away, little girl, it's only puppy love. It was really good. And it was the stuff that, if you played KFJC, no, that was the radio station, yeah, the Foothill College. But if you played KOME, your mom and dad didn't want to listen to it in the car. But in those days, in the AM radio days, everybody could listen to it. Because you could put up with one hard rock song. American Woman, you gotta get it. And then you'd go over to Frank and his daughter going, something stupid, you know? It was a magical time period to live through. I miss it. And you want to know how good music was at that time? Think of this. Now, you know about CCR, right? Clearwater Revival. Didn't they have some great songs? Didn't they have some iconic songs? There's probably like 10 of them that as soon as you hear the first couple notes, you're going to know what they are. And you're probably going to sing along. CCR never had a #1 hit. Think about that one. Put that one in your little pipe and smoke it. Because there was always somebody a little bit better at that given point in time. And not always better. It might have been, I don't know. How the heck did that Terry Jacks guy and Seasons in the Sun become so popular? That song was a mega hit. And then, the other one, Debbie Boone. You lighted my life. You make me. Oh, God gave me. And Peter Frampton, I hated that guy. And then you had the hard rock guys. It was really a good time. And like I said, crossovers. And Lawrence Welk. A one and a two and a three. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lawrence Welk Show tonight. We're very pleased to have you here. Tonight, Bobby and Cincy are going to dance to the Rah-Rah-Bomb. Lawrence Welk hit #1 spot in the pop charts. I bet you know the song if you heard it. And a lot of the guys had the picture of Farrah Fawcett on their wall. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but I want to tell you this. How famous that Farrah Fawcett poster was when that beautiful, gorgeous blonde with that feathered hair and that smile that you could melt Pharaoh's heart himself. If you needed another plague, Moses, get her. That would melt Pharaoh's heart. I didn't have that poster. The poster I had was, now no shit here, Marie Osmond and Paper Roses. That's who I liked. I liked Marie Osmond. But it was a magical time, wasn't it? And we all knew the same songs. And we'd sing them at school. Some of them became very iconic. And if you had to pick a poster song, the poster boy, the pinup guy, I think I know which one it would be. It's in the garage, so come on, follow me. You stay here, watch the store, okay? Take notes. Don't go anywhere. Okay, come with me. Alright, what we got here, I want to show you this here. Let me flip this bastard around. How I look. Man, I'm a handsome bastard now. You're gonna have to hold it this way. See all these flowers? I grow all these. You gotta see the front ones. There's one thing, I'll tell you. I'm getting to the record, but follow along with me here, okay? Sorry, it went upside down. Follow along with me. If I have a gift, it's this. If I plant it, it grows. That's just the way it works. I don't even really try. If I plant it, it grows. I have a green thumb. I think I got that from both my grandfathers. It's kind of like, I like the plants and the plants like me. Now, I've grown a wildflower garden, which is really kind of the hit of the neighborhood. So, look out here at my wildflower garden. I'm going to show you a couple here. That's a bachelor button. Come on. Well, poppies, this, that, this. Look at these. This is my favorite. These are, what are they called? My beautiful flowers. That's a Shasta. That's a Cosmo. And look at this one. Look at these here. And the bees go crazy over these things. Here's one about to go to seed, and the squirrels will come get it. Look at this. Look at all my beautiful flowers. Yep, it's okay, Bob. Call me a homo, but I like growing flowers. And I am damn good at it. This is a bachelor button. Okay, now I'll take you back inside. And if there is one song that represents that era, one that was such a mega hit that you're still going to sing it today, hang on. We're going to go back to the days of the 45. You remember the days of the 45. Okay, you ready? In all the cosmos. And it had a great cover. Here it is. Agree with me? Started singing, bye, bye, Miss American, bye. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And just that iconic cover. That was so cool. And of course it was a double-sided song, and some radio stations didn't want to play it all, and some played it all. And you know what this song was about? A lot of people still don't know this after all these years. The lyrics are kind of a little bit off, but they all mean something. There is method to the madness. Oh, and look at this. Happened to have the little inserts to play it on the turntable. If you didn't have the big fat one, you put it on the regular spindle, played it at 45 RPM. American Pie Part 1, American Pie Part 2, United Artist release. Okay. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. And the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, the last train for the coast, the day the music died. You know what this is about? Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens, they get on an airplane. They don't want to ride the bus in the snowstorm. They flip coins. Those three get on the airplane crashes. The day the music died was that day, and the name of the airplane that crashed was the American Pie. Believe it or not. Thank you for listening. Comments, suggestions, as always. Let me know if you agree with this. for that time period, for how often this song was played, and that so many of us know all the words. The marching band refused to yield. Do you remember what was the deal the day the music died? All right, good night. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. This has been the Lawrence Welk Show. Thank you very much for listening. Until we see it again, good night, sleep tight, and may your dreams come true. Na-na.